This is from a play called The United States versus Susan B. Anthony, about a certain woman who sought for women's rights and went to the extreme of actually registering herself and a dozen friends to vote in 1872 when women were not supposed to vote. But she found a way around that and yet was dragged to court and her rights were taken away from her. And the judge found her guilty and charged her a $100 fine. And this is, from the court records, her repudiation, the United States versus Susan B. Anthony. Yes, Your Honor, I have many things to say. For in your ordered verdict of guilty, you have trampled underfoot every vital principle of our government. My natural rights, my civil rights, my political rights, my judicial rights are all alike ignored. I am degraded from the status of a citizen to that of a subject. And not only myself individually, but all of my sex are, by your Honor's verdict, doomed to political subjugation under this so-called form of government. May it please your Honor, I am not arguing your question, but simply stating the reasons why this sentence cannot in justice be pronounced against me. Your denial of my citizens' right to vote is the denial of my right of consent as one of the governed, the denial of my right of representation as one of the taxed, the denial of my right to a trial by a jury of my peers as an offender against the law. Therefore, the denial of my sacred right to life, liberty, and property. Your Honor will not deny me this one and only poor privilege of protest against this high-handed outrage upon my citizens' rights. May it please the court to remember that since the day of my arrest last November, this is the first time that either myself or any person of my disfranchised class has been allowed a word of defense before judge or jury. All of my prosecutors, from the 8th Ward corner grocery politician who entered this complaint to the United States Marshal, Commissioner, District Attorney, Your Honor on the bench, not one is my peer, but each and all are my political sovereigns. And had Your Honor submitted my case to a jury, as was clearly your duty, that even I shall have had just cause for protest, for not one of those men was my peer. But native or foreign-born, white or black, rich or poor, educated or ignorant, awake or asleep, drunk or sober, each and every man of them was my political superior. Even my counsel, the Honorable Henry R. Selden, who has argued my case so ably, is my political sovereign. All judge, jury, counsel must be of the political class. Your Honor, by forms of law, all made by men, interpreted by men, administered by men, in favor of men, and against women. And hence Your Honor's ordered verdict of guilty against a United States citizen for the exercise of that citizen's right to vote simply because that citizen was a woman and not a man. When I was brought before Your Honor for trial, I hoped for broad and liberal interpretations of the Constitution and its recent amendments, and that should declare equality of rights for all persons born or naturalized in the United States. But failing to get this justice, failure even to get a trial by jury, I ask not leniency at your hands, but rather the full rigor of the law. And Your Honor, I shall not pay a single dollar of your unjust penalty.